Welcome to Animals Wow TV. Today we'll look at the top 10 most shocking zoo moments caught on camera. Stay until number 1. You won't believe what an orangutan did to unwind. Warning, graphic videos ahead. Number 10. The Gorilla and the Little Boy. In 2016, the Cincinnati Zoo and the Botanical Garden became the focus of international controversy because of an incident that involved a gorilla called Harambe and a little boy. One day in May, the 3-year-old boy who really wanted to meet the animals climbed over the fence, crawled through 4 feet of bushes, and fell 15 feet into the gorilla enclosure. Zoo staff managed to signal the gorillas to go back into the inner part of the enclosure. The 2 females obeyed, but the 3rd gorilla decided to inspect the newcomer. Harambe, a western lowland gorilla, grabbed the boy and dragged him across the moat in the enclosure to the horror of the visitors. But because of the screams from the humans, Harambe started to become agitated. Some experts said that the gorilla began showing behavior that gorillas exhibit when threatened. Scared for the boy's life, zoo officials shot the gorilla. Harambe died one day after he turned 17 years old. This decision sparked international debate among ordinary netizens and experts. Some condemned the killing of the animal, saying that the gorilla might have been protecting the boy. Others said that it was the correct decision. Some harassed the boy's mother for negligence. Several vigils were held to honor Harambe's death. The incident became so huge that to this day, visitors visit the bronze statue of Harambe at the Cincinnati Zoo. Number 9. Bears eat a wolf. We all know the saying, we live in a dog-eat-dog world, and that in the wild, the only rule is survival of the fittest. We don't really expect these sayings to happen at the zoo. So you can imagine the shock of visitors at the Dierenrijk Zoo in the Netherlands when a sleuth of bears attacked, ripped apart, and began eating a wolf in a shared enclosure. Visitors shared that at first they thought the bears and wolves were playing until several bears began to tear a 2-year-old female wolf apart. We see in the video how the wolf's pack tried several times to rescue their mate, but they could not stop the bears. The zoo staff also revealed that they could not do anything. The bears and wolves have been housed in the same enclosure for years to promote interspecies play, and this was the first brutal attack that had happened. Number 8. Crocodile bites handler. One of the shows at the Phakatara Zoo in Chiang Rai, Thailand, the visitors eagerly await is the Crocodile show. But one Sunday afternoon, the show turned bloody, quite literally. The show started off quite normal. A handler played stunts with a crocodile. One of the highlights should have been the handler putting his whole arm inside the croc's mouth. Tao, the handler, signaled for the music to stop, put his arm in the animal's jaw, and the crocodile clamped down on the handler's arm in front of about 100 shocked spectators. It shook the arm violently for good measure, and with no music blaring on the speakers, everyone heard Tao scream before he managed to free himself and stagger away, his arm dripping blood. The zoo's owner announced that Tao was okay after receiving medical treatment, and that he would still work with the crocodiles. Talk about an animal lover. Number 7. Emaciated Lions. In early 2020, shocking photos and videos of 5 caged and excessively emaciated African lions at the Al Qureshi Animal Park in Sudan went viral. The lions were the very definition of skin and bones, as they were so underweight, their bones were showing through their skin. According to reports, the big cats had not been given adequate food or medicine for weeks. Since funds for the park came from private funds, money for food and medicine had dwindled due to the country's economic crisis. Vets reported that the lions' health had deteriorated to the point where they had lost almost 2/3 of their body weight. Some reports even stated that one of the lions had died from starvation and maltreatment. When some journalists visited the park, one of the lions was tied to its cage with a rope and fed fluids through a drip. Pieces of rotten meat were scattered near the rusty cages. An online drive was launched to transfer the beasts to a better home before they died of malnutrition. A month after the news went viral, an update showed a group of vets examining the slowly recovering lions. Number 6. Tiger and rhinos escape. Animals escaping from their cages is one of the worst nightmares of both zookeepers and visitors. One of the most notorious cases happened in 2007 at the San Francisco Zoo in the US, when a 243-pound tiger named Tatiana escaped her open-air enclosure and attacked 3 young men. She fatally mauled one of them and was sitting on top of another when police saw her and killed her. Not all animal escapes have resulted in death. In 2015, 3 rhinoceros named Rihanna, Karen Peels, and Carnabella surprised staff and visitors by escaping their cages and strolling through the parking lot at the Ramat Gan Safari Park in Tel Aviv, Israel. Apparently, the side gate of their enclosure had been left open, and the guard assigned to their area was fast asleep. So the three animals took this opportunity to make a break for it. The shocked humans alerted police, and one staff managed to lead them back to their enclosures. We're halfway through. Are you liking this video? Please take a moment to like and subscribe to our channel. Remember to hit the notification button for regular updates of our informative and exciting animal videos. Number 5. Names etched on Rhino's hide. We featured 10 of the dumbest zoo visitors whose stupid antics were caught on camera. Too bad the La Palmier Zoo in Royan, France doesn't have a lot of video cameras, or we would have included the faces of the stupid guests who etched their names on the hide of a rhino. But the zoo does have a picture of the evidence. In 2019, a French zoo shared on their social media account a picture of their 35-year-old female rhinoceros with her body showing the names Camille and Julien. The post included a statement voicing the outrage of the zoo by the stupidity and disrespect of the visitors. The zoo did not take any legal action, but netizens across the world erupted. The zoo allows guests to touch certain animals over a fence to create a more moving and unforgettable experience for visitors. But the culprits abused this privilege and must have used this chance to use their nails to sketch their names into the layer of dust, sand, and dead skin on the rhino's back. After taking a picture of the proof, zoo staff quickly brushed the names away. Meanwhile, more video surveillance cameras would be installed because of this incident. Number 4. Lion Seizure. In 2018, a visitor of the Manila Zoo in the Philippines was shocked to witness a lion having seizures in his enclosure. The Asian lion named Raffi suddenly collapsed and started violently shaking. The visitor commented that the lion seemed malnourished and was probably suffering from distemper. A day after the post went viral, the zoo's management gave an update that the 5-year-old lion had recovered and even had a normal appetite, but vets would continue to observe the animal. Several petitions were raised to close the zoo because of the video, but the zoo was only temporarily closed when it was suspected of polluting a nearby bay. Before the viral video, a zoo volunteer revealed that the lion and lionesses are cared for properly. They are given beef and chicken 6 times a week. They are not given food 1 day each week. This day of fasting encourages them to prowl their enclosures so they don't become obese. Number 3. A tortoise with a glued basket. In 2019, a zoo in China sparked online controversy after it glued a basket to the back of an African spurred tortoise. This picture of the poor animal with a wicker basket and a red Chinese flag went viral on Chinese social media first, before it hit other social media sites. The basket was attached to the tortoise so that the tourists could throw coins in it. According to Chinese culture, you'll get good luck if you throw coins. And this is why several Chinese passengers love to throw coins at planes. Getting arrested for doing so doesn't seem to deter them. Netizens protested the act on several points. Gluing the basket was considered animal cruelty. The tortoise is categorized as vulnerable by the IUCN, so abusing one was outrageous. Also, the dirty tiled pool was an inappropriate enclosure for the animal. One officer from PETA pointed out that the tortoise is a wild animal and should not be used as a tool to make money. A zoo worker responded to the protests by saying that no one cared when an orangutan died, but people became angry just because a basket was attached to a tortoise. Number 2. Giraffe culled and fed to lions. In 2014, Copenhagen Zoo in Denmark killed an 18-month-old giraffe named Marius as part of its culling process. Despite several local and international petitions and offers of free housing from other zoos, a vet gave the giraffe his favorite food, then shot him one early Sunday morning. What made the event more shocking was that the zoo dissected Marius in front of a group of protesters and visitors, including children. This decision prompted even more outrage, but the zoo staff considered this as an opportunity to give detailed explanations of the process to the audience. Marius had been shot instead of being given a lethal injection, because his carcass was thrown into the lion enclosure for breakfast. He had been chosen because his genes were considered too common and therefore useless for breeding. Culling animals is not unique to the Copenhagen Zoo. Other zoos do it too when they don't have enough space for the growing population of their animals, when animals become too sick, or when their breeding programs require it. Number 1. Orangutan smokes a cigarette. In 2018, this orangutan named Odin who lived at the Bandung Zoo in Indonesia, was caught on video smoking a cigarette. He got the lit stick from a visitor who flicked it into his pen. Odin picked it up and began smoking it himself. The woman who shared the video speculated that Odin may have seen other visitors smoking cigarettes before the incident. Since orangutans are smart creatures, Odin may have mimicked what he had seen several times when he got the chance. A spokesperson for the zoo admitted they have limited keepers, so they didn't have the time or manpower to keep close watch over all of the animals and the visitors. There are signs throughout the zoo telling visitors not to feed the animals or throw things into their enclosures. And this wasn't the first time the Bandung Zoo became the center of controversies and criticisms for its weak management. In 2016, one of its elephants mysteriously died. A video of its emaciated sun bears begging for food in their dirty cages also went viral. The zoo had to temporarily close, but it wasn't long before it was allowed to reopen. Although a follow-up video showed the bears gaining a bit more weight, the deplorable condition of their cages did not change. There you have it, our top 10 most shocking zoo moments caught on camera. Share your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to our channel. Also, while you're here, continue learning about the secret life of zoos by watching our video on the dumbest zoo visitors.